Have you ever asked yourself, am I waiting on God or is God waiting on me? At 13 years old, I just finished middle school. I finished 8th grade and I was moving on to high school. During that summer of transitioning to middle school to high school, I was faced with a decision on whether I was going to continue living with my mom or I was going to choose to move in with my dad. And I loved them both. I still do. I love them so much. And they both had a big impact on my life, and they still do. But my mom was married to someone who wasn't very safe for her or me. And I tried to speak up multiple times on what things that had happened, and she chose not to listen to me or what I was going through. And this decision did not come overnight. I literally prayed constantly. I tried everything. I fasted. I did pros and cons lists. I literally did everything. And if you are a child of a divorced home, you know how hard it is to choose between your parents, especially when you love them both. And I begged God for clarity, and I was doing everything I could to seek Him, to seek an answer on what was the right way. It says in Jeremiah 29:13, if you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. Sometimes doing your part starts with seeking Him. It's not about rushing anything. It's not about trying to go on your own timing. The first step is just surrendering your heart to God and allowing Him to guide you and help you discern to make the right choice. Even when I was praying and fasting and doing everything I could to find an answer, I didn't get it. And sometimes that's where we get stuck. When we don't get a big sign or right in the sky, we think that we're just not supposed to move. We're just supposed to just sit there and do nothing. But sometimes God doesn't speak through thunder. He doesn't speak very big and open. Sometimes it just starts with peace. Sometimes He speaks through that peace. And one night where I was just sitting in my room on the ground, crying, trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, what was the right way, as a 13-year-old, where do I go to for my future to be towards you? And it wasn't anything big, it was just quiet. And a peace ran over me. And this peace came from God, and I knew it was from Him. And He showed me my future. If I were to go this way, if I were to live with my mom still, I would be like this. But if I decided to move and live with my dad, I would be here talking to you guys. And here I am. And sometimes peace is often the confirmation that we need. And when you've done your part in seeking God and seeking Him wholeheartedly, God does His part in settling in your heart. So I decided to leave my mom, and I shouldn't have done it in the way that I did, but it wasn't easy, and it was very hard and emotional, and I haven't spoke to my mom since I had left, and it does hurt, but in a way I look back at it now knowing that I did what I had to do for my safety, for not only my physical, spiritual, and mental health, but I don't regret it, and I'm not bitter about it. I love her to death still, and I've forgiven her of the wrongdoings that she's done towards me, of what the person who she married has done towards me, and I've move on with my life. And I know I made that right decision because I didn't act out of fear. I acted out of peace. And doing your part doesn't mean fixing everything, because trust me, there was just so much going on with court and everything, and it wasn't fixed in an instant. But it means stepping into this space that God has prepared for you, even if it's hard, even if it's painful, because it's going to be, and that's okay. 3 years later, almost 4 years, I can see how God was guiding me. And he didn't just drop an answer out of the sky. He didn't do anything big. He walked with me through that process, and he's still walking with me now. He let me wrestle. He allowed me to seek him, and he gave me the peace that I needed. And I knew that moment was a time to act, and that's when I did my part. So if you're asking yourself, when do I do my part? Start by seeking God first. Stay in prayer. Be honest with him. Be open to him, because he already knows what's in your heart. He already knows what you're thinking. You might as well come out loud and say it. But when peace comes, don't ignore it. That just might be your moment to move. Because when you are fighting a decision on what to do, if you're struggling and you are being pressured or you don't have a peace about it, that's not from God. That's from your enemy. And trusting God isn't passive. Yes, it's loving. Yes, it's wonderful, but it's an active thing. It's walking with him even when the path is hard. And I promise you, he will meet you there if you just allow him to. And even if you're still struggling with making the right choice and you're scared that you're going to make the wrong choice, don't think of it like that. Think of it that no matter what you choose, God will make sure that you are still on the path that he has chosen for you, that he is guiding you on. And just like it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you hope and a future." He has plans for you that will prosper you. You just have to trust him with it. If this video spoke to you, please share it to someone who's struggling with a big decision right now or just needs a little encouragement. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.